What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing good. First and foremost, can you guys hear me okay? Let's get that out of the way. You guys can hear me? We good or no? What's up? What's up? What's up? We good? You guys hear me all right? All right, nice. Let's do this. Let's rock and roll. Uh, Rambo, what's up, man? Thank you so much for making it. I appreciate it. Carfax, thank you so much for making it. I appreciate it. Damn, can you at least wine and dine me before you try to get in bed with me? He says, Adam, I have a cash secure put for $16. Any advice? Please appreciate it. Say hello first. Buy me some flowers. Take me to dinner before you try to get some. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yo, Cabio, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Jumpman, welcome, welcome, welcome. Science, welcome. Silly, welcome. Lisa, welcome. Um, all good, all good. Pulse, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Pulse, that picture actually looks really similar to you. It really, really looks similar to you, man. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, Alex. Welcome, Brighton Beacon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see what else we got over here. Howdy, good evening, Adam. Spiro, what's up, man? Good to see you. Elaine, what's up? How you doing, Elaine? Elaine, how you doing? Swapney, how are you doing? All right, guys. A lot of new faces. Thank you so much for joining. A lot of you guys came over from Amit's channel. I really appreciate it. This live is going to go fast. This live is going to go freaking hard. This live is going to go no bullshit and no fluff. If you guys have a question, just ask. Give me as much information as possible so that I can actually start this. Let's see. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Let me pull up my screens, and then we can start doing the analysis. Let me see. Get my screen going. All right, cool. On Oscar, any advice? Yes, I have advice. So let's just present the screen first and share screen. Let's share the window and let's rock and roll. Okay, Carfax says, Adam, I have a $16 Oscar cash secured put that's expiring this Friday. So the first thing we're going to do is pull up this play right here, trade options. We have an option right here that's expiring on 8/1. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you is don't do nothing this week. You have time. I wouldn't manage it this week. I would manage it next week. All right, you have time. There's no reason for you to jump to conclusions. But your cash secured put is right here, which would be the $16 right here at $235. So a couple of things that come to mind. If you pull up Oscar, first of all, I wouldn't be worried about the $16. I think you're going to have a very easy roll. And I think that Oscar is going to go up. So the $16 right here, right around the 50-day moving average. You're not cooked, right? It's not looking great, but at the end of the day, you're not cooked. And you're going to have an extremely, extremely easy roll, right? So, for example, you owe right here $2.35. If you wanted to roll it, but you're not rolling it yet, but if you wanted to roll it, you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you would do you see, even if you wanted to roll it to $16 for next month, you're going to collect $3.80. You owe $2.35. And if you really wanted to roll it, you could literally just roll it to $14 and you'll be okay. So you can roll from 16 to 14 right here. 16 to 14, you roll out and down to reduce your cost basis. So, I mean, I wouldn't really be doing anything right now. I would just be waiting. But if you're feeling froggy and you're scared, just roll it to the $14 for August 29th. But again, I wouldn't touch it until your expiration, the week of the expiration. Joker can't watch the live, but I'll be back later. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Do you think we might have a pullback later in the year, or just straight up ASTS, Rock 11 Video are all in the money now with the crazy run? Do I think that we're going to have a pullback? We are eventually going to have a pullback. If we're going to have it This year, I don't know, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Octobers are notoriously bad for the stock market. I'm really looking to get out of all my positions, like not all my positions. I'm really looking forward to getting out of my crypto positions as soon as Bitcoin hits 150K. So, and in terms of the other positions, I don't know. I think we are going to have a pullback. We're supposed to have a pullback. I'm not really sure why we're not having a pullback. But then again, if we fire Jerome Powell or there's going to be another Fed, then who knows, right? Who knows? They're going to lower rates. But just keep rolling and keep going. I couldn't find a cup, so I took my my daughter's princess cup for coffee. Let's see. Good, great to see you. Great to see you too. Yeah, it was my pleasure for the one-on-one. Bro, you're so close to achieving your goals. You're like right there. You got this, bro. You got this. How to retire early? SBET feels like your kind of play. Any thoughts? Yeah, I have SBET. I have roughly 200 something thousand in SBET. I'm up like 100 and something percent. I think SBET can have a 3x from now. So I think SBET can go to a $10 billion market cap, and that's personally when I'm going to be out. So if SBET, let me pull it up 1 second. 1 second. One second, I'm going to pull up SBET. So I have SBET right here. It's currently trading at $30. My current position is $210. I added a lot, so I actually dollar cost up. I'm up around 86K on this position. I really, really want to get this position to around 750K or so. So I'm looking for probably the next time it reaches a new all-time high or so, maybe $100 it could reach, something like this, in my opinion. Right now, the market cap is 1.87 billion. Actually, probably to 10 billion it can make. Like if Ethereum is going to go right now, Ethereum is like 3,700, 3,800. If Ethereum is going to hit a 3x to 10,000, this can definitely do a 5 or 6x. So yeah, I definitely have SBET. I really like SBET. I actually like SBET more as a Ethereum treasury than the BMNR. I think it is the play from Tom Lee. But I definitely have it. I definitely really like this play. What's going on? Good to see you. How are you, man? Good evening, Phil. Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you. Broccoli Bitcoin. Broccoli Bitcoin used to be Broccoli Bob, OG Palantir head, and now he's a Bitcoin maxi. I love it. Barry, evening. How are you doing, man? Sure. I am smiling too much. If you were me, you would be smiling too, because life would be great. But since your life is pathetic, miserable, and sucks, you're obviously not smiling so much. I can't help you on that, but maybe I can help you and explain how to sell options. But I don't even think God can help you with your life if you think somebody is smiling too much. Adam, you hurt my feelings. You forgot at Amit's live who started joking. Yo, I'm really, really sorry. To be honest, there's like 5 people taking credit for it, but I do believe you're the one that started it. And I apologize. I hurt your feelings. I honestly didn't remember. You didn't mean it in a bad way. I didn't mean it in a bad way either. I didn't mean it in a bad way either. We cool. I didn't mean it in a bad way either. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Guys, give me plays. Let's do this, guys. Give me plays. Let's freaking go. I have Palantir, 815, 170 covered call, and it's out of the money. I can either let it ride or I can get called, use the funds, and sell cash equivalents, roll it. I would let it ride. I wouldn't do anything 170. I think you're perfectly fine. I think this is not going to hit past 170. Don't you guys have earnings, actually? 1 second. Doesn't Palantir have earnings coming up? August 4th. And you have 170. You know what? If I was you and you have an opportunity, if you're up, right? If you're up and you can close this out and make most of your money, and you can close it before earnings, right? So if you can close it like August 4th during the day and you're still up on the money, honestly, I would close it. I wouldn't want to hold Palantir into earnings, especially if you have a 170. So if it's me and I have an opportunity to get out of it before the earnings, I would do that, bro. When I'm not gonna have a channel for options buying, this channel is not for this. However, I shared a few option buys for my channel members in a post, and I'm gonna probably share a couple more for my channel members. Also, I'm gonna be sharing all my plays for option selling, both cash secured put and covered calls, stock buying and stock option buying. When my website is gonna be up, the website is ready. I'm just working on it right now. So yeah, but I'm not going to be doing it as regular videos. How do you get out of Bitcoin positions if Coinbase only allows you to sell less than? So I don't know. I don't hold it in. The only thing I have in Coinbase is like maybe 20K of Solana. I hold Bitcoin proxies like stocks, not so much the crypto itself. I found that I rather hold Bitcoin stocks because at least I can make money selling options against it. So yeah. Thoughts on BMNR? I like BMNR. I prefer SBET and Game, but BMNR is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I just happen to have bought SBET and Game, and when BNR was dropping, I got out of it, and I put the money into Game and SBET. SBET is like the sure bet, if there is a sure bet, which there isn't, and Game is the black horse. So, for example, Game actually had a really crazy up. It went all the way to $2.66, and then it dropped, right? So you kind of have a really big opportunity. Look, the first leg, it just up, down, up, down. Tell me this right here does not look similar to this right here. In any case, the craziest thing is that the market cap right here is only 74 million. And this thing to go to, like I just showed you SBET, right? SBET is 1.7 billion. Now it's a different game because they have to buy actual Ethereum. But if this thing goes, it's so easy for it to go to 500 million, right? This can be such an easy 10x. SBET and Game. So GAME, guys, and SBET. If you guys want high risk, high reward, high risk, high reward, SBET and GAME, super high risk, super high reward. Hi, Adam. I have a covered call. Hello, Kieran. On SoFi, 25 expires 725. 20, should I roll higher? Yeah, you're going to have to do a roll, broski. So you're going to have to do a trade options. So covered call, but you're going to have a very easy roll. So yours is expiring 725. You have a $20 right here. So you owe $1.21. I'm sorry. You owe $1.14. You're going to get a really beautiful roll. So if it's me, I would, sell a call. I'm sorry. So you owe $1.10. You owe $1.10 right here. I would roll this to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, August 21st, and I would look for a 110. You could roll it to the $23 for $1.31, but to be honest with you, I know I keep saying this sometimes, but this is like a stock, the same thing like Palantir and Robinhood, that this thing is just running away from you. And you could literally take this to January 16th, and you can bring this all the way up to $32 if you wanted to. So I would feel a lot more comfortable with $30 for January 16th instead of $22 for September. What you do is up to you. It all depends on how you feel on the play. But you have an easy roll one way or the other. I do tons of covered calls on MicroStrategy. Like, for example, I have a covered call that's expiring, I believe, this week before earnings or next week. So in this case, I only did a 3-week covered call for MicroStrategy. Usually I would do a 4-week play. I usually do like 0.05 deltas. So it's like 95% of my favor because I'm so scared that they're going to get called away before the next run up. And for MSTY, I sell covered calls, but you're not going to get a lot of premium. You're going to get like 5 cents. You're not going to get like, it's not super lucrative. Hello, Boca Raton. Boca Raton opened up a crazy pickleball club just now. That's what I do. I'm retired. I play pickleball like an old person, on pension. Since undervalued, could you consider doing a debit spread on it like you did with Grab and what strikes and expiration? Yeah, you could do it. So I actually ended up doing a January 35 Oscar play. So I think I did this one. So I ended up buying a call, and the Oscar call was trade options, buy, call, and I think I did a January 27. So I did a January 15, 27, and I actually did this. So I did this as my call. $35 strike, buy, call, January 15, 2027, expiration for Oscar. That's the play for me. Can you do a debit spread? You could do a debit spread, but I just did this call right here. I have a covered call BKSY, Black Sky Technologies with a $15 strike. Oh shit, you're fucked. I sold a covered call Black Sky with $15 strike. It is currently at 24. Any idea roll up? Let's see what you can do. First of all, let's see some technical analysis. This thing absolutely ran up. Right here. Why did it run up? I don't know. But this thing should come back November 21st. To be honest with you, if you're so far out of it that there's no point for you to roll it right now because there's a big chance that this is going to come down. I don't know anything about the stock, but these run ups, possibly you're going to have another run down. 15. So if it's me, I would just wait a little closer to November 21st and wait for your exit point. I wouldn't be managing this right now, honestly. People get really nervous when you're in the money, but just chill out, relax, and don't start managing it until November. No matter what happens, it could be the wrong play, it could be the right play, but at the end of the day, you need to have a system, and the system is don't do nothing right now. One-on-one for August 25th. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, guys, by the way, I closed all the one-on-ones. I'm not doing any more one-on-one bookings. Everybody who has a booking, obviously, I'm going to do it. I'm going to reopen them closer to September because literally I'm super booked until September. And I got to actually do these things. And I have no time to actually do videos and work on the channel membership. So I don't have any more one-on-one bookings right now. What's up? What's your opinion on Tesla covered call with a Yeah, Tesla covered call 8-1 covered call, no problem. I wouldn't touch that. I think you're good. I don't know anything about Big Bear AI, but if you have a specific question, I'll be happy to look into it. NVTS, I don't know what that is. Let's see it out. Semiconductor. So it's been super tight. That's good. You guys see the Bollinger Bands? The tighter the Bollinger Bands, right? So like this, by the way, guys, means that it's not volatile at all. The further apart it is, that means that it's really volatile. So a few things to take a look at in the technical analysis before we go any further. There looks like there's a massive gap right here, right? So right here, there's a gap. You guys see this right here? So gaps don't always fill, but there's a tendency for a gap to fill. So maybe it's going to drop back to this thing. This is a penny stock. I don't know much about it, so I would not do anything for penny stocks. Plus, you asked me, oh, it's Spiro. 1 second. Let me check it out for you. 1 second. Spiro, $2. Cash secured put. Spiro, what cash secured put do you want to do on it? If you want me to tell you what it is, I'll do it. 1 second. That's my guy Spiro, guys. I have to do it. So if you can do something around this $3.30, maybe right here before it gapped up. So if you could do like a $2 for $8.15 sell, cash secured put, $8.15. Let's see if you can get anything. I wouldn't do this because they're not paying you anything, right? The only cash secure put that you could do, the lowest one is $5. And $5 is just no good, man. $5, it's like we're literally at the 50-day at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. But I would love you to get somewhere over here because it has this crazy gap up. And there's a very big chance that this is going to drop back down. I'm assuming this is because of TSM good earnings and Trump's semiconductor news on the big beautiful bill. So you can do whatever you want, but if it's me, I wouldn't touch this. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad play. My cost on BXSY is $14 and I collected 51 cents. Okay, nice. Adam, I know a lot about financials, and I know open is a meme play, but there is momentum behind play this. I'm in with 20 leaps. Yeah, do it, man. Am I getting stuck here? I see myself getting stuck. Am I lagging? Do you guys see me as lagging, or it's okay? Am I lagging? Or you guys can hear me okay? No, okay, it's just me. Yo, this StreamYard is terrible, 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 terrible. You're gonna be able to use this one to fill in. Listen, a lot of people are in this open play. I know Neil from Couch Potato is in it, right? So it doesn't mean it, a lot of people are in this play. Oh, thank you so much, Phil. I really appreciate it. Yeah, my kid is definitely doing better. He's good. He got cleared by the doctor. He's perfectly fine to go back to school. He's actually already yeah, it's lagging. Guys, I'm gonna get right back into it. Just how do I even get back into this? One moment. Is this better, guys? Yeah, this is better. This is definitely better, I think. Are we good now? Couch investor, right? There we go. This is better. Everything's good now. Cool. Yeah, way better. Okay. It's because I was using the NVIDIA. Anyways, all good. Let's see. I missed a couple of questions, so if you guys have questions, just ask again. Okay, let's go. Any more questions? I sold A15 cash secure put. What do you think about that? I don't know. It would definitely help if you told me the strike price that you sold cash secured put on Oscar. Did you sell it for $1? Did you sell it for $100? It would definitely help. Glad to hear your son as we speak in Israel. Glad to hear so about your son and as we say in Israel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the warm wishes. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you to say. Yeah, he had that Kawasaki disease or something, and he had it very mild, thank God. I rolled over a hood covered call strike, $70 expiration, December 17th, 2027. Please don't laugh at me. Give me some financial entertainment. So you have a $70 strike already for December 17th, 2027. If your strike is $70 for December 17th, 2027, don't do nothing. Just wait. Hood might take a breather in 2026 because of crypto calming down. 1 second. I have a hood 120 covered call for 8.8. Okay. So you have a hood for 120 covered call. 120 is okay, but if you want to look for the roll, 8.8, 120. So you owe 475 on this. What do you want to do? You want to save it? Just go as high as possible. You have an easy roll. You have an easy roll. Sell call 8.8 for 120. You have a very easy roll. You only owe 475. You could literally just go January 170, 875. You would double your premium. You would collect tons of premium. So you owe four something, they would give you 8 something. So you would raise your cost instead of 120 to 170, and you would collect $4 per share in premium. This is a very solid play right here. So you could roll this over here if you don't want to worry about it. If you don't want to go that far, then you can go September 19th maybe. I mean, this is also solid. You could go September 19th. You could get this up to like 140. I think you'll be okay with this one as well. But again, that's up to you what you want to do. But you have tons of opportunity to roll. You're good. So you're fine, J-Duff. Adam, regarding your video from today, what is one sign to buy a stock at 100 and the following Monday the stock has a sharp decrease to 80 because of the news earnings? How to manage it? So he's talking about, Phil is talking about the wheeling video. What if you get assigned? So you have a cash secured put. He has to buy it for $100. The following Monday, the share. So if you have a cash secured put at 100, you would have to sell a covered call at 100. Even if you make a little bit of premium, you still have to sell it at strike. Do not sell a covered call after a cash secured put assignment for lower than your strike basis. You can go higher, but not lower. That's the answer. So you would sell it at 100. I have 10 contracts in NVIDIA 120 that expire March 26 for 25K. What would you do? I wouldn't do anything until February 26 and just wait. There's nothing you can do, right? Sometimes there's like, I mean, if you want to roll this for like 2 years, you could do that. But just wait, because the time value that you're going to get for the next 9 months is going to automatically decrease the value. So just Just don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. That's me. I wouldn't touch it until like February. Hello, John. I have a Palantir covered call 175, expiration 8/8, and SoFi 30 strike. I think you're fine on both of these. If you could get out of the Palantir one week early, like their earnings are like August 4th after the bell. So if your Palantir strikes are really good in like if you're like 80% up, get out of them before earnings. That's what I would do, because if Palantir has good earnings, it's going to skyrocket. So get out of the Palantir one, buy it back before earnings, which I think is August 4th after the bell. So like August 4th during the day, get out of it. You're probably going to get good premiums because of the earnings day. Like you're going to be able to buy it back for good money. And for SoFi 30, August 8th, I think you're perfectly fine. I wouldn't even touch that. You're golden. Good. How do I get information in Miami meetup? I don't know. You would have to ask Amit. Do you have a member to get questions? Do you have to be a member? No. What's your question? I'm answering people's questions as I see them. I have a could 815, 115. Should I wait for the last week? So, this is a very interesting question because you have it at 115 and the price right now is 110. For you, maybe it's better to roll now before the price goes up. So normally I would have liked to wait 2 weeks before I start rolling in your specific case. But you're going to have an extremely easy roll right now because you're so under the money. So if you have like 815, sell call at 115, so you owe $7.15. And if you go to September 715, so you could roll this up to 750, but you're not going to collect and 125 strike. So, somewhere like the 140s are starting to look much better. So maybe this will be okay, or this. So like maybe you want to roll it to October 17th, 960 seems about right. Or maybe this one right here. So you owe 715. This is paying 825 and 960. So maybe you would want to roll it right here just to bring up the cost basis if you wanted to. Or you can wait. You don't have to roll it. My fear with Robinhood is, number one, they're going to have a good earnings, I think. And number two, crypto is going to keep going up. So I think Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to go up. So that's why maybe you would want to roll it. You could go to January, right? You don't have to. You're okay with the October one, but you can go to January. And if you're scared, just go to 170, bro. You're going to sleep good at night. Do the 170 at 875, and you'll be okay. At because you owe 715, you would make $1.50 per share, and you would raise your cost basis to 170. So you could do either the October rolls, the January rolls. That's what I would do if I was you. For context, I have June $140 strikes, so I'm in a bad boat as well when it comes to this. Minimal amount of cap. So, guys, it's very simple. For you to make consistent, conservative gains on selling options for cash secured puts, you're going to make roughly 2% a month to 3% a month. Like, I think I'm getting high twos. So like 2.7, 2.9. I'm not getting 2. I'm higher. That's like what I consistently make. Sometimes I made more. So like this last month, I made 5.5%, but that's rare. That's an exception. So you could look at getting 2% a month. So work backwards. If you have $1 million, you're going to make, so to make $10,000 a month, you need roughly $400,000 to $500,000. Do you think Rocket Lab will come back down? I have $26 covered calls that expire in January. Dude, you have 6 months. Don't worry about it before the time comes. I know it's hard to say, but just don't worry about things before they come. Just breathe. You'll be good. The website is good. Thank you. The website is actually finished. I'm just fixing it right now and customizing it to what I want. I'm really, really hoping to launch it August 1st. That's like my soft launch. But like the people that built the website, they built it and they gave me like a footprint or generic. I'm trying to customize it for what I need. I'm really hoping that the website's going to be up for August 1st for membership. 170. So you're too early to roll, guy. Like you shouldn't roll number one because you're nowhere near 175 or 180. So don't roll that. The only reason why some other people I was saying roll early, if it's me, is because they're so close to the strike. So 115 is close to 110, right? 120 was ideal actually. You're getting a good roll. So 175 to 150, you got time. 180, you also have time. If you want to roll, you could. You would probably be rolling it to the January, maybe, or 1 month out. But in general, you're too early to be rolling. Plus, you also have earnings to see what's going to happen. You don't know how earnings are going to go. Maybe it's going to be in your favor, right? So it's very hard to not roll because you think that you're going to lose your shares. But if you wait until the last minute, usually you'll get away with rolling it up and out, like with that 6-month get out of jail free card. And Palantir has been on like a roll for the last year, 2 years, 3 years. Eventually it's going to cool off. It's not to say Palantir is not going to keep going up. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this massive this might start looking like this. And you don't need it to go like this. You just need it to go like this. Kind of like calm down. Is there anything? No, you shouldn't learn. Plus, a lot of things are going to change between now and the call. Like today, everybody that I spoke to essentially is like the questions that I had for you, you already answered in the lives and in your videos. So to prepare for the call, just number one, guys, use a computer. Don't use your phones. If you guys are doing a one-on-one with me, use your computer because then you could see my screen and I could share yours. You could share your screen and I could share my screen. Number two, come with specific questions, whether it is if you want to know how I retired, how much money I make on how much interest I pay. If you want me to walk you through a trade like I'm doing now, but more specific, if you want me to show you technical analysis, whatever you guys want, ask the question, but be specific because I need to know what you guys are asking. I have bull 15,919. Do I roll now? Don't want the shares to get called away. I don't know what's up with this bull. Everybody likes this Weeble shit. Like, I'm not even a fan. So it's down after hours, right? I can't even tell you. There's not enough technical analysis for Weeble. I can't even tell you. I can't even answer this. But if it's me, I'm not. Guys, you guys got to learn to roll the last week of expiration. Even if you're underwater, just learn to wait and be patient. You'll be shocked how many things go up, how many things go down. Also, guys, for example, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but one event that might happen is Donald Trump and the tariffs. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a taco. But it's possible that there's going to be bad tariff news, right? And everything's going to go down. So just be easy, guys. Be easy. Do I know how to and Vanguard broker? Do I know? Yeah, I could learn it, but I don't need to know. You need to know. Do a tutorial. It's very easy. They have the options to do it. But yes, we could figure it out if you wanted to. Yeah, watch all my videos. I'm not even being sarcastic. Like, watch my videos. I go through all of the trades. Watch my videos, one-on-one basics, things like that, and you'll be a pro. You want to buy the cover calls back while they are cheap than when you bought them. Yeah, so I don't like to buy back my covered calls. I don't like buying back my cash secured puts. However, there are certain scenarios where it makes sense. Something like an earnings day, if you made most of your money already, you could buy it out. There's also a rule of thumb, right? So if you're selling 4 weeks out, right, and let's say in the second week you made 75% of your gains. Well, mathematically, since you made 75% in 50% of the time, it could be okay to sell. Or let's say 1 week in, you should be 25% up on your play. But let's say you're 50% up or 80% up in 1 week. Get out of the play and use the money for something else. But yes, in general, this is correct. Hi, Adam. I bought Hood because now 20 minutes, I believe Hood will be the exercise the shares. This is logical or better to cash out my earnings. I bought at 14, now 30. Calls at 85. You're saying that you have an $85 calls and you want to buy the shares? I don't know. That's up to you. I can't really tell you that. It depends on how you feel. If you think Hood's going to go up or down, I don't know. Do you pay? Yes. So the premium so when you roll, it's a very, very simple concept. You open up an option and you owe money on it. You collect premium and that premium either goes up or down. When you roll it, all you're doing is opening up a new contract, collecting premium. The premium of the new contract will eat the premium of the old contract. That's all you're doing. Let me see if I can find an example. One moment. One second, I'm looking for something. Okay. One second, I'm just looking for a play that I could show you to make it make sense. $130. All right. So this might be a little bad example because I'm up on it. But for example, I have this lemonade $33 strike. It's now worth 83 cents. I collected $1.30. So I'm up 36%. So if you guys wanted to close this, so I'll give you guys 2 examples. So usually if you want to open a new one, you sell to open. But over here, you're just buying to close. So I have 50 contracts. If I wanted to buy this, I would have to pay 85 cents. But I collected $1.30, which means I would have made 36% on my money. All right. So I made 36% on my money. And I had this open for roughly 2 weeks. All right. But let's say if I wanted to roll this. So if I want to roll it, I would press roll. And I owe 83 cents. You see this right here? It's flaky. Right here, I owe 83 cents. So when you roll it, you got to pick a time. So I have August 15th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to go 4 weeks out. And I would look what covers 83 cents. So I can roll this for a cash secured put. For example, I could roll this right now for 33 cents. But let's say I don't want to do a $33 strike. Let's say I want to go down, right? Let's say I want to do it for 32. Instead of 33, I want to lower my cost basis for 32. Okay. So if I do this and lower it for 32, I'm going to collect $1.25, but I owe 83. So all I got to do is press this. And if you see it, it's going to be 83 cents subtracted from $1.25. I'm going to collect 42 cents. And that's how the roll works, right? So the contract that you have money that you owe on the existing contract, and then you have money that you are getting for the new contract. So the new contract's premium eats the old contract's premium, and you get a net premium, net positive premium. I don't think that they're risky at all. This is the play that I have. I have a bunch of them for $11. $11 is essentially the lowest, lower than the lowest point of the year to date. Technically, $11 is super solid. In order to ask a question, you open up your mouth. In this case, you would open up your mouth, and the words that are projected from your mouth would magically go into your hands, and then your hands would pick up something called a keyboard, and then you would type on the keyboard, and as you type in the keyboard, formulating your thoughts, your words become letters, and they pop out on the screen. And when they pop out on the screen, I'm going to see it in the comments, and that's how you ask a question. Very similar to the way you just asked the question. There you go. Elaine is the #1 mod. That's why I love her. You ask a question just like you just asked the question. Uh, oh my God. All right, hold on 1 second. Let's get some more questions. That was making me laugh. So so if I'm correct, when I sell, do I reduce my net liquidity? Correct. Be more specific to the question. Yeah, I do. I have a Robinhood Gold card. They didn't want to give it to me in the beginning, but then I messaged them. I'm like, bro, I have a big account with you guys. You guys are being mean to me. Like, I spend money. You guys are gonna get interest on me. I'll pay my debt. And you know what? The guy is like, I'll see what I could do. I'll move mountains for you. Like the rep, believe it or not, I was like, this guy's full of shit. There's no way he's gonna get me a gold card. Yo, he messages me like later that day. He's like, I got you on the gold card. I said, no way. Best card ever. What do you do with Palantir expiring? I wouldn't touch it. So if I have a one, didn't you ask me this before, by the way? You asked me this question before, earlier. 175, I wouldn't touch. But if you really want to get out of the contract, see if you're up by 8.4 and get out of it during the day before earnings. What do you think about NVIDIA 815, 185 covered call? I think that's a solid play. I think I have an NVIDIA 205 call for January. Do you apply the 1% risk principle? I don't even know what the 1% risk principle is. They won't give them out. Yeah, you have to ask them nicely sometimes. My friend asked too. They didn't give it to him. No, it was about Hood. Okay, no problem. So now you got two answers. Adam, I believe in Bitcoin and NVIDIA. Why not invest in you? So you can invest in whatever you want. I wouldn't do the NVIDIA because NVIDIA is already so high. And you would like to get it on the lows. Misty utility, I think, just started running. If you want, go into it. Misty is okay, but it started to run a little bit with MicroStrategy. The problem is all of these lose NAV erosion, and although the dividend looks really, really sexy and really, really pretty, the problem with that is that there's a lot of NAV erosion. So the percentages that they pay you, some of it is actually your money being returned to you. I want to sell cash secured puts for healthcare stocks like UHC. What do you think? Is UHC United Healthcare? UHC? UNH, you think? United Health. I'm assuming you mean UNH. UNH, yeah. Dude, I like UNH, right? If you're gonna do a cash secured put for UNH, it's literally trading near the year-to-date lows, 275. So, I mean, I bought shares of UNH. I think my cost basis is like 300. I sell covered calls on it. And, I mean, there's not really much information over here. There's a gap over here. See, like UNH is going towards over sold. I think UNH and the healthcare industry in general is just, it's just noise. So let's see what we could do. Let's do trade options. Let's sell a put. Let's go 4 weeks out. 1, 2, 3, 4 for August 15th. And I don't know why it's not giving me any of this. So you would probably be wanting to be around you'll probably want to be like 250. If I was to sell covered calls, cash secured puts, I want to be at 250. So if you're going to do the calculator, 100 divided by 250, and then you would times it by like 375, 3.75. That would give you like 1.5%. So if I was doing the UNH play, I would do the 250s personally. You could go higher, but I think 250 is pretty safe. Guys, by the way, in 8 minutes, we're going to have a channel members only live. So if you want something more extended, if you want some semi-personal lives, there's only going to be like 20 people in there. I answer all questions. I stay more than an hour. It's going to be after this. So if you guys want to join and become channel members, feel free. If not, that's fine. Genius, great question. What was the question? Adam, if you believe in Bitcoin and NVIDIA. Oh, yeah. So let me go back to this. So I personally have Misty. I got like 100K in there. I also have iMist, which is a similar situation. The thing is, like, people think that there's not going to be a down market. There is going to be a down market. There is going to be a bear market. So if that's the case, Misty is going to definitely crap the bed. In terms of NVIDIA, as long as it goes up, sure. But NVIDIA is already riding so high. It's just, you could do it, bro. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you take a really big risk. They don't act exactly like the stock. The stock can go up, and these ones still don't go up. Cash secured put on Rocket Lab. The problem is Rocket Lab really took off. So any stock that takes off like crazy, I prefer not to sell cash secured puts against it because the chances are it is going to go down. So there's so many other plays that you could do. Adam, thanks for answering the questions. I made some good profits on hood calls this past month. I want to put them back into the regular stock, but it ran pretty high. Should I just hold the cash or DCA? I would wait for a dip. If the dip doesn't come, there's other plays that you could do. You don't have to buy hood, but then it could go up. Look, you're making money. You're good. You won. You don't need to rush, right? Was that a foolish man and his money is soon parted, something like that, the statement? You don't have to rush, bro. You don't have to rush. You do whatever is good. I'm not buying at these highs, personally. I'm just going to wait. So, but you do what's good for you. Adam, I have a vertical spread on Rocket Lab, 35.50 till August 15th. If Rocket Lab expires at, say, $40, can I get assigned the long leg at 30? Yeah, it's possible that you're going to get assigned one leg and not the other. That's why I don't like to do these vertical spreads. It happened to me with MSTR. Google's for July 25th, paid 9 in contract. Would you play it? I have some Google calls, 195 strikes. Google cash secured puts or covered calls? What do you think about a Tesla 815 365 covered call? I wouldn't do it. It's too close to the strike. I would want to be higher than that. I mean, in general. Broccoli Bob. Hey, Adam, does it make sense to roll a covered call 160 on any significant dip before expiration? Does it make sense to roll a Palantir 161? Yeah, sure. If Palantir dips, so for example, on earnings, if Palantir is going to have a dip and they shit the bed, which I'll take the advantage of and buy more shares, but don't roll it before the expiration, like before it's closer to the expiration, unless you get a really red day. So if Palantir goes to like 130, you're going to get a beautiful roll. And there's a big chance that Palantir goes to 130, right? I know it seems like it only goes up, but it is going to calm down eventually. I don't know if that happens in a year, 2 years, 10 years, or 1 month. I don't know. So you're waiting as an option seller for an opportunity to roll on a drop down. My last question from I have an NVIDIA 725 170 covered call, and it's in the money. I would roll it already. So if you have this, 170, and it expires 725, you're going to have a very easy roll. So you owe 440 on this. So you owe this right here, 440. So I'm sorry, you have a covered call. Yeah. Sell call, and right here, $4.30. $4.30. Yeah, 430. So you're going to have an extremely easy roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could take it up to 175. But again, if you're really, really worried, you're going to get a beautiful roll right here of go like 200 and up. Just roll it to January 16th. Like, don't even think twice, and just go 200 and up. Anywhere above 200 would be a good roll, because 200 is going to be a very difficult psychological break, although it looks like it's going there. So maybe you want to do like a 220 or something like that. But anything above 200 is where I will be rolling it and waiting for a cool off. Adam, do you enter a trade with an expiration date that is due a short while after the upcoming? Yeah, usually I don't have a problem with selling a covered call or cash secured put as long as it's like a week. I don't like to do it the week of, but 1 week after, 1 week before, I'm okay with it. Yeah, my pleasure, bro. All right, guys, this stream is over, and all channel members, join me on the next stream. Thank you very, very much. God bless everybody. I appreciate you. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining.